Yon, hindi na ba tayo lag? Lag pa rin. Putek, lag pa rin tayo. Nag-i-script pa rin tayo. Shoutout sa'yo, Raywin. Dong, ako lang naman matibay. Send mo na sa akin yung level. Sayang, napanood mo ba yung kanina? Dol, may nanalo ng battle pass dalawa. Pero hindi sila kompleto ng details, ng instruction. Kaya hindi nila nakuha. At nakabili na ata yung battle pass ko. Shit, battle pass. Wait. Paano kayo makikita? Look inside.
Hey everyone, Michael Chow here.
Wait
I hope you're all
lang,
doing
sir.
well,
Si
taking care of
Michael,
yourselves and taking care of someone else, even if you're apart. I have been eagerly awaiting this chance to talk to you guys about Wild Rift. I'm thrilled to announce we're beginning to roll out our first round of large-scale testing starting next week. Our very first test is a 2-week alpha in Brazil and the Philippines, just on mobile, starting with the folks who pre-registered during League's 10-year anniversary. This is just a first step, but it's a very important one, and we're eager to expand from there because we need your feedback on some really important things.
Sa Pilipinas,
First, and most importantly, we need you to tell us if we've hit our mark for delivering a true League of Legends experience with dual-stick controls. I personally think it's pretty magical, but it doesn't really matter what we think until you get your hands on it and vote with your playtime. Second, we want to know more about how our round game systems are meeting your needs. This is everything outside the match on the Rift itself, from collecting champs and skins to our other metagame systems. And because an important promise of Wild Rift is that you can play it with more of the people you care about, we want to know if our onboarding is going to help your friends find the magic and the fun in League of Legends, so you can play together. Last, we're testing our infrastructure and service capabilities. The game's got to run smooth on your device, lag-free on the network, and free of cheats and cheaters. So check your email if you pre-registered. We're excited to get you into the game.
Lag-free daw,
And to prepare
lag-free.
for that, we're going to give you a peek at what we're up to with updates from across the team.
Hi everyone, I'm David Xu, the product manager for Champions on Wild Rift. We talked about Champions a while ago, and our philosophy remains simple. We want to retain the feel of your favorite champions so they are authentic to what you know from League, and we only look for changes where it makes sense, like to accommodate Wild Rift's faster game pacing, our slightly smaller map, or to adjust for the dual stick controls. Now you're probably wondering who has made it into the alpha roster, so we put together a little something to show you who made the cut this time around.
Uy! Uy, si Hanabi. Next month. Technically, next week daw ilalabas to. Yung beta, yung beta. Hindi ko alam kung close beta eh. Uy, si Minotaur! Oh, si ano pangalan nun? Oh! Si Grok! Daming hero ah. Ano yun? Ilang hero na yun? Parang 19 din yung hero, 19 din yung hero.
This lineup is just the start, and there'll be lots more in the near future. Wild Rift features a dual-stick control scheme that we hope feels natural to mobile and console veterans. We have spent a lot of time building on that foundation with a focus on responsiveness and precision. We have invested a ton into targeting, aiming, and some new tech we're not quite ready to show yet. Now with that in mind, let's take a closer look at a few of Wild Rift's champions. For Nasus players, we felt it was critical to maintain his infinite scaling raid boss fantasy in Wild Rift. And to do that, we adjusted the speed at which he gains stacks of Siphoning Strike to make sure that he can still ascend in the late game. For Twisted Fate, we mentioned a couple months ago that we were polishing up his stack deck to be more than a passive ability. The new version grants our favorite gambler a burst of attack speed, opening up new potential build paths. Most of Miss Fortune's kit already works great on Wild Rift, but we took the opportunity to change Double Up into a skill shot to accommodate our dual stick controls. And now this also gives Miss Fortune players more gameplay opportunities.
Wala nang assist to. Ito maganda. Diyos ko, yung skill na ibabato mo, itututok mo talaga. Hindi siya assist AI na biglang dun matututo kapag low health yung kalaban. Hindi ganun, naku po.
And really bring out her Dragon Hunter thematic while not adjusting her core gameplay pattern too much. Now, when Shyvana takes a Drake, she gets unique bonuses in Dragon form. For example, killing an Inferno Drake adds
Hindi, mobile to, mobile. Ano to, League of Legends, Wild Rift, mobile. So, kung bibigyan ko yung background mga sir, yung,
as you can see,
etong LOL, dinemanda nila yung Mobile Legends kasi sinasabi nila na ginaya ng Mobile Legends yung LOL, which is kung titignan mo talaga kung naglalaro ka ng LOL o familiar ka sa LOL, makikita mo talaga yung similarities.
Talk about Wild Rift's core gameplay.
Ngayon, syempre, nagdemanda sila tapos matagal syempre yun, kaso yun.
I'm Jonathan Chow and I lead the gameplay and balance team on Wild Rift.
Kaya gumawa na lang sila ng mobile.
So, let's get started.
Na LOL.
Wild Rift's gameplay will
pang
look
tapat
pretty
sa Mobile
familiar to
Legends.
League players, so we thought we'd start at the same place every League game does. Let's head into Champ Select. Just like on PC, you can select from a range of summoner spells that give you powerful but limited tools to turn the tide of battle. Smite will be a little different, but we'll get into that later. With Wild Rift's rune system, we're looking to bring the meaningful pre-game decision-making of runes reforged on PC, but streamlined for shorter game sessions. There are 8 keystone runes to choose from, like Electrocute, Airy, and Conquer. You can then pick 3 minor runes to complement your choice. We added a few new minor runes unique to Wild Rift, like Sweet Tooth, which grants you gold when you eat honey fruit, and Loyalty, which gives you and your lane partner defensive stats when you're close to each other, and this bonus stacks too. You might have figured out some of this already from our previous gameplay clips, but let's talk about some of the features of our map, which is called Wild Rift.
There are 3 lanes in the rift. Pick one and push forward. Defeat the enemy turrets and Nexus to win.
June 4. Di ko sure kung June 4 eh. Tignan natin kung babanggitin. Pero binanggit yung Pilipinas kanina sa beta. So, mag-open sila ng beta sa Pinas. May red buff. There. Red Bramble. May blue buff din. Blue senti ano. Uy, mas maganda yung Lord nila. Oh, Dragon.
Wild Rift still has all the phases of a League game that you would expect, but shortened to 15 to 20 minutes. From last hitting and trading in the laning phase,
May last hit mga sir!
Setting
Naku
up
po!
a perfect gang.
Iiyak yung mga nagmo-Mobile Legends
Fighting
dyan
over that
sa pera.
purple dragon.
May last hit.
to clutch team fights.
Ganda! Ang ganda ng team fight! Grabe,
For
ang
junglers,
ganda
you
ng
can now
ano,
choose
ganda ng
whether you
flash,
want
ganda ng
challenging
flash.
smite or chilling smite after you finish off 4 major jungle camps. That way, you can get straight into ganking as soon as you're ready. You can expect to find many in-game items you'll know from PC, which can only be
May
bought
wards
in the
oh,
top.
may wards, may wards,
While
may
the
wards.
number and tuning of items may be different, their purpose is almost identical. For instance, Rabadon's Death Cap is still the go-to item for stacking up your ability power. And
Uy,
Trinity
ganda-
Force
ganda
still
nun.
deals tons of damage.
Walang,
need
ito yung
feedback on our
pinakagusto
new
ko,
tier
walang,
goddess item
walang
design for
AI.
tanks.
AI,
Fiddle
ano, tulong.
And it'll grant you a shield when you crowd control someone.
So yung skill na ibabato mo, ikaw talaga ang
Rift also
magtututok.
features many familiar active items, but each player can only
Hindi siya
purchase
tulad ng
one.
Mobile Legends
These
na
active effects are
may
now bought as a
AI
third
na
tier for
assist.
boots, and you can mix and match any upgrade with any boot type. Support players might
So
want to
boots
pick
mo
up the
ang parehas
Redemption
lang?
enchant, and tanks can grab the Stone Plate for extra resistances. Or maybe you'll want to try something that's totally different. We've added a quick buy pop-up for when you really need to get back to lane quickly too.
Uy, mas mabilis yung TP sa, ano, sa
We build
base.
Wild Rift's gameplay with depth and strategy in mind. We want this to be a MOBA that's easy to pick up with friends, with a high ceiling for mastery, so we're hoping the core 5v5 experience lives up to your expectations.
Ganda!
Speaking of 5v5, the Regional Alpha also has co-op versus AI available to practice your skills, a tutorial that covers controls and abilities, and we're looking to add new modes after launch. Alpha players can even test the rank system, which we've designed to retain the core competitive spirit of League, with a few adaptations for new platforms. We'll talk more about this at a later date. That's
So
all from
there-
me. Now let's talk about skins.
Hi, I'm Christina1, and
Hi,
I'm the product
Ishan.
lead for personalization on Wild Rift. Now, we know typically when it comes to monetization, mobile games have a lot going against them, with things like business models that force you to pay to play, wait timers, tons of annoying pop-ups. Really love that experience, so we're not going to do that. We want to offer you a range
Pinaparinggan
of
niyo ba yung
ways in
Mobile
which you can
Legends?
express yourself, whether that's customizing your profile, showing off after you've outplayed someone, or using your favorite skins. So we're committing to following the business model from League PC, meaning you can earn all champions for free and paying is optional. It's not a core part of the game, and it should never feel like you're forced into it. Alright, with all that said, let's look at some skins.
Yes, merong wards, may wards and anti, oo, may wards. Actually, ano siya, parang yung typical na MOBA, ganun siya. Ito, babaeng ano yan, yung MM. Ito, drop.
There are many more skins on the way, and we're really excited to represent your
Konti
favorite
pa lang yung
skins
skins.
in a new way on Wild Rift.
We hope you're excited. We really are. This is still only a taste of what we're up to, but the team is excited to hear your feedback and suggestions. And emotionally stable enough to handle you showering us with your balanced team memes. Thank you all for your support. take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll see you on the Wild Rift.
Yes! Lalaroin
There it
natin
is,
to.
a new look at the gameplay of League of Legends Wild Rift. You probably have some questions about this game, and I'm happy now to welcome Brian from the Wild Rift team at Riot. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing great. Really happy to be here.
Matatanong
Super
na
excited
natin
to
yung
talk
mga
about
ano.
Wild Rift. It's been
Pwede ko
really-
itanong yan eh.
really looking
May
forward to
split
one
screen
more
din
place
ako
to
sa kanila
finally
eh.
Sort of get an in-depth look of the game. So really stoked to be here.
I know. League of Legends, obviously a massive global game. Last year for Riot Anniversary, you announced Wild Rift, which is something that fans of League have been asking for years, having
Ganda
a
ng
mobile
Clash,
version
ganda
of
ng
the
Clash.
game. It is also coming. This will be the version that will come to consoles, and for some people, this may be the first time they probably know about League, but are hearing about Wild Rift. So let's maybe rewind back a little bit and talk about sort of philosophically what this game is. And I know Riot has always viewed this not as let's port League of Legends to mobile, but let's build a new League experience from the ground up with some of the same DNA and champions and gameplay you've come to love. But as that you said in the video, kind of designed for the dual sort of stick
So,
approach.
gusto ko talaga yung walang AI assist. Yun yung
Can you maybe
pinakagusto
explain a
ko.
little
Walang
bit about,
AI
the design
assist.
philosophy
May
of
last
where you
hit.
began and where you've
Tapos,
ended up?
Oh, sure. So I think playing League of Legends on other platforms has been something that League of Legends players have asked for and wanted for a really long time now, for all sorts of reasons. Whether that's just fits into their lifestyle better, or it's time constraints. Or a lot of people just don't even have access to a PC anymore, and so it's something we've always really wanted to support for a long time. It's just taken us a while to get there. League is a really, really deep, hardcore strategic PvP game, and so for a long time we struggled with how do we actually translate that, how do we keep that depth, how do we keep that sort of longevity, that mastery, that really compelling core gameplay onto some of these other platforms. And I think we've finally gotten there with Wild Rift. Obviously we'd love to sort of get the feedback from players in the alpha as we go. But I think for folks who have always been interested in League, this is going to be the perfect opportunity to jump in fresh. I've done a lot of stuff to make this really accessible, make it more engaging and stuff for players. If you've never played League, but you've always been interested in the lore, the IP, the esports scene, anything, now it's going to be a perfect opportunity to jump in fresh.
So we know the games are going to be shorter. It's defined for mobile. Can you talk about some of the core design principles about how this differs from a traditional League of Legends game?
Yeah, so from a design philosophy standpoint, there's a couple things. At its core, we really want to make sure the games are shortened to about 15 to 20 minutes on average, whereas on PC, you're looking at about 30 to 35 minutes on average. We want to make sure that it's something that you can fit in over a 30-minute lunch break, for example, or if you're on the train or on a commute, you can get a game in, and we think that's really, really cool and compelling. So we really make sure that the game time accommodates the new platforms. So from a design standpoint, it was super critical for all of us on the League team that we maintained the feel and the core gameplay of League of Legends. This means all the things that you're used to, the laning phase, the mid game, the end game, those cool team fights, those sieges, all of that stuff still really had to be there. And I think it's really easy if you're saying, hey, we need to make the games half as short, you just cut the back end of the game off. As an example. That's something we really, really wanted to avoid. And so instead of trying to target and sort of remove phases, we want to try to preserve as much as we possibly can, just kind of push each individual component onto a shorter and tighter timeline. So something like the laning phase is only going to last about 3 to 5 minutes, whereas it might last more 5 to 8 minutes on League PC.
Wow. And, even champions, you've had to make some changes to some of their gameplay. I mean, everyone that plays League knows there's obviously, there's a lot going on with, mouse and keyboard and how people are playing those champions. So, you have some of the same champions we saw in the video. A lot of them are moving over to Wild Rift, but you're slightly tweaking some of the gameplay, right?
Shout out to James.
Yeah, so the biggest change that folks will feel immediately is just the controls change, right? Playing on a mouse and keyboard is just fundamentally different than playing on a phone or on a controller, right? And so we've really had to do a number of changes to really kind of tweak and optimize these characters to get all the really cool moments, all the really cool combos, all the really cool kind of outplays and highlight moments that you would expect on a mouse and keyboard setup onto that twin stick control scheme. So I think hopefully, and we'll see how folks respond to the alpha, the vast majority of the changes that we've made actually shouldn't even be felt by players, right? Because it's actually trying to capture that same feel. there are definitely some feelable changes, and we can go into those on kind of a character by character basis. We'll have a lot of those infos that we've already talked about, and we'll continue to talk about those in the future. But really, we're hoping that most of the changes are actually unnoticed, and that players who are familiar with the game can pick it up and jump straight in and just immediately start having fun.
Right, and that's, I'm sure the balance is like creating something that existing players, feel fits in with the play style that they've learned and built with League, but then also inviting to all these other players that haven't maybe played League, or want to learn how to play League or have more time to play League now that they can play it on the go.
Exactly. Yeah.
You mentioned controllers, and I was curious about the console
Controllers?
version, which we know is in development. We were talking before, and you were said
May
you're working on it
may
now. We know
console.
mobile is
Pwede sa
focused this year.
Pwede sa
and console will come down the
PS4.
road, but is console being developed kind of in stream with the mobile version? Does it come later? Can you maybe talk a bit about that?
So I'm not going to go into too much detail on console. Obviously, mobile is going to be first, and console will be later. But obviously, we have teams working on all the platforms that we're aiming to support, and so obviously, it is still in development. It's still working on it. It's coming along well, but we're just not ready to release any kind of timeline on that kind of stuff yet.
Yep, but it is obviously, because you talked about sort of twin sticks and controllers, and the idea of the control scheme is much more similar, obviously, on console to mobile than to PC.
Oh, right. And even from day one on this project, when I started a couple of years ago now, all of our control specs, even on the very first version of the mobile build, we were designing it for controller and touchscreen as well. This has been designed to really support all the platforms from
Right, and some people, I'm sure, will probably play this with a controller on their phone too, if they want, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I don't have thought just in terms of which peripherals will support or not yet, but yeah, it's absolutely meant to be functional in any kind of controller.
I was gonna say, I feel people will Bluetooth in somehow or find some way to optimize for the the most competitive game. And I mean, on PC, everyone split seconds count, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people trying to learn the best way to play this on mobile. You've been working on League for a long time at Riot, I think close to a decade, right? Sort of building this across all these platforms. What excites you and the team the most about this version? Is it the idea that it'll be more accessible to more people? Is it that players, as you said, lifestyle-wise, that they're going to be able to be a part of League more often? What's driving you? What's exciting to you?
So I think there's a couple things. I think if I sort of boil it down to two main points that are really exciting. I think for the first one is this is just a version of League of Legends that a lot of players, both on the dev team and players that I've personally interacted with and talked with for years now, even since I started, they just can't fit League into their current lifestyle for any kind of thing, but they really, really, really want to play. And I think Wild Rift is the perfect opportunity to really scratch that itch, kind of go back, pick up your favorite champion and have an amazing game experience that we wouldn't be able to do in any other way. And then the second thing is, and this one I didn't initially jump in having this level of sort of attachment to, but the more I've done it, the more I've realized how critically important this is, which is basically the social play component. Mobile in particular is a phenomenal platform for social play. There's nothing quite like sort of having a LAN party in your pocket and just sitting down at a table over dinner and playing with 3 to 4 different friends, right? Something along those lines. It's really magical, and we really want to make sure that we support and encourage that level of play, because there's really nothing else like it, and this is a really unique opportunity for players.
And how will it work with progression? Obviously there'll be console, there'll be mobile, PC. You'll have the same account across everything.
So
or how will
lahat,
that work in terms of
magkocross
how
na siya.
players kind of enter this community, and obviously want to bring over a lot of your friends from PC? How is that all going to work?
So there's sort of two components to that. The first one is obviously we're open to crossplay, and we think that would be a really cool opportunity. But we're not quite ready to what will work and how will work yet.
Lugi sa naka-PC kapag
So if nothing else, you'll be able to pick up and sort of your skills should transfer, all the stuff. It'll be very, very familiar. We're not doing drastically different versions for different platforms.
Yep.
On the other side, obviously we are going to be basically giving sort of a big booster thank you present for folks who, if you have invested time in League PC previously, there will be an option to sort of link your accounts, and we'll give you some good stuff and sort of a head start to get yourself in.
Oh, cool.
But we definitely also want to make sure that like we're being just generally very generous in terms of like how easy it is to acquire champions, what's the barrier of entry, like how easy it is to jump in and just really start playing. We want to make support it for both new players and for veteran players.
And are you seeing a scenario where on the champion side, like it'll be a subset always of the PC game, or will you have unique champions that will exist just in Wild Rift down the road?
So it's definitely possible. We don't have any current plans for that, but I definitely wouldn't leave it off the table. I think there are a lot of things.
Wag cross-platform. Mahirap yun, papi.
Design something for the twin stick control scheme from the ground up. So we're definitely open to doing that. However, right now there's
Lugi yung
140
mobile.
champions on League PC, and so we've got about I think 36 in the alpha. So. And we're definitely not going to get all 140, but there's a large backlog of champions that we know that we really want to bring over and make sure that we support as many players as possible to bring their mains over. Even if
that's part of the thing in the video. I mean, always a debate about which champions will be in this, and those I'm sure are the throwdown meetings or video conferences now about making the list, right, and selecting. How do you go about picking those? I mean, part of it is I'm sure balance and diversity, but how did you go about picking the 36 that you're kind of leading with?
So there's a number of things. So first and foremost, we wanted to make sure that at a core layer, we had enough distribution across roles, across play styles, across gameplay types. So we just don't overload a particular position or a particular type of play. The second one on there is really for control scheme. So we wanted to make sure we initially brought over a couple champions that we thought would really work well on twin stick controls. And so it's like, okay, let's just get some real solid wins. Can this work, right? And we sort of tested that. And so those were some of the first champions we brought over. Sort of the second wave was actually a series of champions that we thought would be really, really hard. / we weren't even sure if we could do it. Even on the twin stick controls, like could you still pull off some of the same sick plays that you can on mouse and keyboard for some of these really high skill cap champions like Yasuo or Zed? And so we really kind of pushed our boundaries and brought some of those folks over, and we got most of them to work really well.
Mga Pinoy talaga, penging skin na. Penging skin fusion.
More freedom and flexibility.
Diyos ko kayo.
And lots of feedback from the players. As folks heard in the video, this is really a reveal of more of the gameplay, and then starting very soon, next week in Brazil and Philippines, you'll start
Brazil next week and Philippines, mga sir. June next week.
Video and want to get in.
Diyos ko
and
po.
right now the message is just wait, right?
Wow, meron tayong ibang
ramp more people in across the year.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't let everybody in right now, especially for here. Obviously, we're trying to test the core gameplay. We're trying to test a lot of the core initial builds, but we're also really trying to test like server stability and infrastructure as well. And so for that, we really make sure that we have a really like narrow focus test to make sure that we can really deliver on all these things so that when we do bring in more folks, things go smoothly. We're not dealing with a lot of like network latency, packet loss, a lot of those kind of issues. We can also iron out a lot of the mobile specific issues as well that we really care a lot about. Like data usage is huge for us. Same with like battery life and that kind of stuff. And so we really make sure that we get our experimentation done early before we bring in, thousands of players.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of content creators in those markets that people around the world will be watching as they get to play around with it over the next few weeks and experiment. So you're still on track for, I think you said 2020 at some point. The goal is still to get it out to everybody.
Yeah, we haven't announced a formal release date, but we're still running on track, and it's definitely still the goal. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, it looks great and such a huge opportunity. League
available na
really,
next week,
one of the
mga
biggest
sir.
games in the world in terms of the number of people that play it. And,
Wow.
PC is
Biggest
a massive
game.
market, but I think the fact that this is coming to
Yes.
mobile and console, and you have taken your time to build a new, different experience, but with the DNA of League is fantastic. And some of the pre-registration numbers that I've seen on this on mobile certainly suggest there's huge global interest in this. And even mobile games, I think people sometimes look at them and say, "Hey,
So
how do
kailangan
these fit in the
mag-pre-register?
industry?"
Ano
And
ba?
they're massive. And I think you and the team, a lot of folks that worked on the PC game, obviously moved over to mobile, and it looks phenomenal. I mean, the phones are so powerful now, and this all rolling into console is really exciting as well. So I'm sure there's lots more to do, but impressive you guys are doing your tech test from a work from home situation. So we'll be watching the streams next week, and can't wait to see what's next for Wild Rift. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Really looking forward to folks' feedback, and thanks for having me.
Yes, we'll see you soon.
Ay, tapos na. Tapos na. Guys, Wild Rift pang
Hey
tapat
everyone,
sa Mobile Legends.
Michael Chow here. I hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves and taking care of some. Roll out our anniversary.
So, available na. Wait. Ano yung sinabi niya?
Our very first test is a 2-week alpha in Brazil and the Philippines, just on mobile, starting with the folks who pre-registered during League's 10-year anniversary.
Shit, ano? May pre-register. Pre-register ba? Tama ba pagkakaintindi ko?
Our very first test is a 2-week alpha in Brazil and the Philippines, just on mobile, starting with the folks who pre-registered during League's 10-year anniversary. This is just a first step, but it's a very important one, and we're eager to expand from there because we need your feedback on some really important things. First, and most importantly, we need you to tell us if we've hit our mark for delivering a true League of Legends experience with dual-stick controls. I personally think it's pretty magical, but it doesn't really matter what we think until you get your hands on it and vote with your playtime. Second, we want to know more about how our round game systems are meeting your needs. This is everything outside the match on the Rift itself, from collecting champs and skins to our other metagame systems. And because an important promise of Wild Rift is that you can play it with more of the
Nasa
people
Play
you
Store
care
na ba?
about,
Nasa Play
we
Store
want
na
to know
ba?
if our onboarding is going to help your friends find the magic and the fun in League of Legends, so you can play together. Last, we're testing our infrastructure and service capabilities. The game's got to run smooth on your device, lag-free on the network, and free of cheats and cheaters.
So guys,
So check your email if
mag-pre-register
you
kayo
pre-register.
sa
We're
ano,
excited to get you into the game.
sa
And to prepare for that, we're going to give you a peek at what we're up to with updates from across the team.
Hi everyone, I'm David Xu, the product manager for Champions on Wild Rift. We talked
pre-register
about
na kayo
Champions
sa
a while
Google.
ago, and our philosophy remains simple. We want to retain the feel of your favorite champions so they are authentic to what you know from League, and we only look for changes where it makes sense, like to accommodate Wild Rift's faster game pacing, our slightly smaller map, or to adjust for the dual stick controls. Now you're probably wondering who has made it into the alpha roster, so we put together a little something to show you who made the cut this time around.
Panorin lang natin ulit ha, baka kasi may na-miss tayo. Pero kung papansinin nyo, no, kamukha talaga ng ano, ng Mobile Legends. So hindi mo talaga makakaila na ginaya ng Mobile Legends yung LOL eh. Hindi mo talaga makakaila. Kamukha talaga eh. Ayun o. Si ano yun, yung favorite mo yun, pre. Minotaur o Franco. Si Franco yan eh. O si Grak. Ay may dragon. Oh, sir, may dragon. Ay babae yung dragon.
This lineup is just the start, and there'll be lots more in the near future. Wild Rift features a dual-stick control scheme that we hope feels natural to mobile and console veterans.
Ang hirap nito.
We have spent a lot of time building on
Mga
that
sir, tignan nyo to ha, tignan nyo to. Yung skill niya, ito yung mga skill, ito, yan, 4. Apat yung skill. Tapos, hindi siya auto aim. Hindi siya AI, wala siyang AI assist. Tingnan nyo
And console veteran
Tingnan nyo mga sir
in the near future.
Ayun ikaw magtututok. Ito, kino-control niya kung saan Meron din naman sa yan, sa Mobile Legends, may mga skill na ikaw yung magtututok.
Rift features a dual stick control scheme that we
Pero
hope
ito,
feels
kapag
natural
may
to mobile
kalaban,
and
hindi siya
console veterans.
dumidikit. Tingnan natin.
We have spent a lot of time building on that foundation with a focus on responsiveness.
Ayan mga sir, tignan nyo. Pag may kalaban, hindi siya dumidikit. Parang hindi siya,
We have
walang
spent a
lumalabas
lot
na
of time
bilog-bilog.
building on that foundation with a focus on responsiveness and precision. We have invested a ton into targeting, aiming, and some new tech we're not quite ready to show yet. Now with that in mind, let's take a closer look at a few of Wild Rift's champions. For Nasus players, we felt it was critical to maintain his infinite scaling raid boss
Ito pa
fantasy
mga
Wild
sir.
Rift.
Last hit. Ayan last hit.
For Nasus players,
Ayun
we felt it was
magka-apera ka lang kapag nag-last hit
critical to
ka.
maintain his infinite scaling raid
Oh.
boss fantasy in Wild Rift.
Shit!
And to do that, we adjusted the speed at which he gains stacks of Siphoning Strike to make sure that he can still ascend in the late game. For Twist of Fate, we mentioned a couple months ago that we were polishing up his stack deck to be
teleport
more
dun.
than a passive
Ano yun?
ability.
Skill ba niya yun?
The
Skill niya
new
pala.
version grants our favorite gambler a burst of attack speed, opening up new potential build paths. Most of Miss Fortune's kit already works great on Wild Rift, but we took the opportunity to change Double Up into a skill shot to accommodate our
Ayun,
dual stick controls.
Kita niyo yun mga
Push
sir.
up to accommodate our dual stick controls.
Itututok
And now this
mo yung
also
skill.
gives the Misfortune players more gameplay opportunities. While some champions, it made sense to make some small adjustments. For Janna, she was a perfect example of a champion that has near identical gameplay from PC. For Shyvana, we wanted to push the envelope a little further and really bring out her
SS na yung
Dragon Hunter
teleport, si
thematic
Twisted
while
Fate
not
yun.
adjusting
Okay.
her core gameplay pattern too much. Now, when Shyvana takes a Drake, she gets unique
May
bonuses
mga
in Dragon
LOL
Form.
players tayo dito.
For
Mga
example,
matutulungan
killing
nila
an
tayo.
Inferno Drake
Tayong mga
adds
bago.
true damage against Scorch enemies. And a Mountain Drake will grant Shyvana a slow on her Twin Bite.
Ongos?
So, as you can see, we are keeping the experience pretty close to PC, with a few changes that hopefully better fit our new platforms. We think it will be awesome if you can pick up some of your favorite champions in Wild Rift and immediately start showing off your skills
Lol at ML.
against other players.
So, inaabangan mo ba to, Papi?
Now, let's hear
Arians?
more from Jonathan to talk about Wild Rift's core gameplay.
Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan Chow and I lead the gameplay and balance team on Wild Rift. We've got a lot to share with you today, so let's get started. Wild Rift's gameplay will look pretty familiar to League players.
Anong pinagkaiba
so we
pag
thought we'd
support
start
ka?
at the same pace
Anong
every League game
mangyayari?
does. Let's head into Champs League.
Ano bang ginagawa ng support sa
Just like
Hindi kasi
on
ako
PC,
naglo-LOL,
you can select
pero
from a range of
nag-ML ako.
summoner spells that give you
Saka alam
powerful but
kong
limited
yung
tools to
Mobile
turn the
Legends,
tide of
ginaya
battle.
lang
Smite will be a
yun
little
sa LOL.
different, but we'll
Pero
get
hindi
into
ako
that
naglo-LOL.
later. With Wild Rift's rune system, we're looking to bring the meaningful pre-game decision-making of runes reforged on PC, but streamlined for shorter game sessions.
Hindi.
There are 8 keystone runes to choose
Gameplay
from,
yung
like
nilabas nila ng
Electrocute,
11
Airy, and Conquer. You can then pick 3 minor runes to complement your choice. We added a few new minor runes unique to Wild Rift, like Sweet Tooth, which grants you gold when you eat honey fruit, and Loyalty, which gives you and your lane partner defensive stats when you're close to each other. And this bonus stacks
Sa
too.
support, mahirapan
You might
dito
have
sa
figured
LOL
out some
na
of this already
maraming
from our previous
clickable
gameplay
items.
clips, but let's talk about some of the features of our
So,
map,
itong
which is
mobile,
called
parang
Wild
konti
Rift.
lang naman yung
There are 3
clickable
lanes in
items
the rift.
dito.
Pick one and push forward. Defeat the enemy turrets and Nexus to win.
So meron din red buff mga sir. Red buff oh. Red buff, parehas ng items sa mobile PC. Parehas ang item. Oh, talaga? Parehas ang items. Yung items parang hindi pa pinag-usapan kung anong bubuuin mo na sa items. Yung pala yun, yung runes, yung kanina. Unlike sa ML, isa lang pwedeng clickable. Okay. Sa ML kasi, yung yung tawag doon, yung roam item. Ito, meron din red and blue. Mana regen naman. Pares lang, di ba? Yung sa Mobile Legends, mana regen din yun di ba? Parang mas mabilis yung mana regen. Etong red, extra damage. Same sa Mobile Legends. Gayang-gaya nga talaga ng Mobile Legends yung LoL. Ano yun? Ward ba yun? Scout of the enemy. Yung binasag niya na ba yun? Ward yun, mga papi. CD reduction yung blue. Oo nga, CD reduction yung blue. Ward ba to? Ay, puta. Ward ba tong binasag niya na yun? Hindi ko sure. Honey fruit. Okay. So, random yung honey fruit. Random lalabas yung honey fruit. Paano yung SS? Oo daw. Ward nga doon. So, may wards tayo. So, maganda nga. Gusto ko yun, yung wards. Sa Mobile Legends kasi, parang siya yun? Yung pipiliin mong skill sa drafting pa lang. May tawag din, nakalimutan ko. Meron din namang ward doon sa ML. Pero ito parang, binibili ba yun yung ward dito? Bibilin yung ward? Sa LoL ba binibili din ng wards? So, ang pangalan ng lord nila dito, Dragon. Hindi, ako kasi, mga papi, hindi ko talaga nagustuhan yung LoL, sa totoo lang. Hindi ko pa siya natitesting actually. Talaga, laking Dota tayo, laking Dota eh. Kaya hindi na tayo nakapag-try mag-LoL. Pero siguro, sa susunod na mga araw, try natin mag-LoL kapag nagustuhan natin tong Wild Rift sa mobile. Hindi ba Lord yun? Ano yun? Hindi ba to Lord? So, para siyang turtle? Yun ba yun? So, tatlo rin siya eh. So, 3 beses lalabas din yun. Parang ganun. Ayun merong Elder... Merong... 4 flavors of elemental. So, 4 na dragons yung lalabas. Okay. So, 4 na dragons yung lalabas. So, kung sa Mobile Legends, turtle yung lalabas, dito dragon, 4, tapos iba-iba. May red. So, iba-iba rin yung ibibigay nilang, yung makukuha. Kasi yung sa turtle, parang shield lang yung makukuha, Rift Herald yung turtle dyan. Bali, 4 epics man. Oo nga. Ayun may warding mga sir. Ito yung pinakagusto ko. Hinihintay ko to sa mobile yung warding Hinihintay ko talaga to. So, binibili to mga sir. Parang siya binibili yung wards. Tawag di Lords. Tawag sa Lord sa LoL, Baron. Iba pa yun. Okay. So, may 3 malakas na neutral dito. Yung Dragon, Baron, saka yung, anong tawag nyo dun sa Lord sa LoL? Baron Nashor yung pinaka-Lord. Okay. Turtle yung Rift Herald. Tapos iba pa yung Dragon. So, 3 nga. 3 kinds of meron sa wards. Libre lang daw ang ward. So, cooldown ang iintayin mo. cooldown. So 102 seconds yung ward. Okay. Okay, so makukuha mo yung referral, parang ganun. Okay. Ayun yung word, oh, ganda, oh. Saka merong ano talaga, no?
Wild Rift still has all the phases of a league game that you would expect, but shortened to 15 to 20 minutes. From last hitting and trading in the laning phase
Last hit, gusto ko rin talaga yung last hit, mga sir.
to setting up the perfect
Kasi sa to lang sobrang dali nung Mobile Legends magkapera. Talaga. Ano, parang ang workaround lang na nangyayari sa Mobile Legends is mag-roam items yung marami, tapos mag-neutral. Parang ganun. Ang pansin ko nga is nakakalimutan na yung lane, 'di ba? Nakakalimutan na yung lane kasi nag-neutral, kumukuha na lang ng neutral yung mga yung mga core sa Mobile Legends. Tapos nakakalimutan na yung lane.
gang to fighting over that crucial dragon to clutch team fights.
Ito yung Lord. Ito yung sinasabi yung Lord, si anong pangalan ng Lord? Si Baron. Si Baron Geisler pala to eh. Baron Geisler pala to yung Lord eh.
For junglers, you can now choose whether you want challenging smite or chilling smite after you finish off 4 major jungle camps.
So bawat player merong ward. Ito oh. Meron siyang ward dito eh oh. So bawat player may ward na
That
available.
way, you can get straight into ganking as soon as you're ready. You can expect to find many
Ay no,
in-game
ito ibang player 'yun pero may ward siya.
items you'll know from PC, which can only be bought in the fountain. While the number
Ito na yung mga items. Diyos ko po, nakakalito na to. Binubuo din, no? Ano to? May auto ano rin ba to? May parang yung sa Mobile Legends na i-click mo na lang yung item.
and tuning of items may be different.
So lahat nga daw ng players meron. Libre lang kasi. Okay.
Their purpose is almost identical. For instance, Rabadon's Death Cap is still the go-to item for stacking up your ability power.
So, pupunta ka pa rin dun sa fountain para bumili. Ganun ba yun? Kasi sa Mobile Legends, lumalabas na lang siya sa taas ng screen, di ba? Sa taas ng screen. Sa base nga bibili. Maganda rin. Okay din. Isang factor din yun na kailangan focus ka sa game. Yun yung maganda sa MOBA na ano eh.
In Trinity Force, steel deals tons of damage. We also need feedback on our new Tear of the Goddess item designed for tanks. It's called Fimbulwinter.
Okay, magre-recall ka. Oh. Ano talaga, usual na MOBA. Yun naman talaga dapat sa MOBA. Usual na MOBA. Bibili ka sa shop. Diba? Bibili ka sa shop.
And it'll grant you a shield when you crowd control someone. Wild Rift also features many familiar active items, but each player can only purchase one. These active effects are now bought as a third tier for boots, and you can mix and match any upgrade with any boot type. Support players might want to pick up the Redemption enchant, and tanks can grab the Stone Plate for extra resistances. Or maybe you'll want to try something that's
Meron
totally
din, Lods.
different.
Wait lang.
Resistances.
Hindi ko alam kung lumalabas to kasi nasa ano siya, nasa fountain siya. Ito.
But each player can only purchase one. These active effects are now bought as a third tier for boots, and you can mix and match any upgrade with any boot type. Support players might want to pick up the Redemption enchant, and tanks can grab the Stone Plate for extra resistances.
Ito. Kita nyo ba? Ayan o. May recommendation din palang lumalabas sa gilid. Pero hindi ko sure kung kahit nasaan ka sa mapa lalabas yan. Di ba? Item to, di ba? Item. Hindi na siya madaming clickable. Oh. Hindi rin pwede maraming clickable sa Mobile Legends. Mawiwindang yung mga mga nag-ML. Mawiwindang yung mga ML. Pero kung sanay ka maglaro ng LoL, saka ng Dota, alam mong mahirap talaga mag-clickable items. Nasa fountain kasi siya. Okay. So, technically, ganun siguro. Pag nasa fountain ka, lalabas tong recommendation, dun mo lang pwedeng bilhin. Kasi hindi in-explain kung sa lahat
Or maybe
ng...
you want to try something that's totally different. We've added a quick buy pop-up for...
Hindi, Lods! Kahit saan! Kahit saan, papi!
We've added a...
Wala siya sa fountain! Hindi, joke. Sa fountain nga. Naka-disable. Disable. Lang siya, nakalagay recommendation lang siya na pwede mo nang bilhin. So, kailangan mo mag-teleport. Yun, sa kalalabas. Oy! Ayos. Balik ka sa nga. Ganun nga siya, hindi siya. Makikita mo lang kahit saan sa mapa, makikita mo yung recommendation na pwede mo nang bilhin. Pero, kailangan mong bumalik sa fountain para mabili mo siya. Ayos.
When you really need to get back to lane quickly, too.
Ayun,
We've built Wild Rift's gameplay with depth and strategy in mind. We want this to be a MOBA that's easy to pick up with friends, with a high ceiling for mastery, so we're hoping the core 5v5 experience lives up to your expectations.
Ano yun? Assist din ba yun? Wait lang, assist din ba yun?
Up to your
Ayun, parang may assist tong skill niya yun. Kasi yun yung isa sa ayaw ko sa Mobile Legends, yung may assist
ceiling for mastery, so we're hoping the core 5v5 experience
assist ba niya? Parang assist. Ayun, may assist na titirahin yung... Siguro lalabas lang siya sa meaning may sapat ka na pera. Oo nga, ganun, Lord. So, ganun nga. Lalabas lang siya doon sa, sa gilid mo na pwede mo nang bilhin na sapat na yung pera mo. Yun yung recommendation. Pero pupunta ka pa rin fountain. Pero ito, Lord, so tignan nyo, may assist pa rin siya. Di ko alam kung skill lang. Di ako familiar sa mga hero ng LoL eh. Di ko alam kung assist nung
expectation.
Ayun nilabas niya yung etong rocket na skill niya. Tapos may assist na doon pupunta. Hindi niya nakinlik. Hindi niya nakinlik. Ayun
Speaking of 5v5, the Regional Alpha also has Co-op vs AI available to practice your skills, a tutorial that covers controls and abilities, and we're looking to add new modes after launch.
Naku, maraming pag-aaralan yung mga Mobile Legends
Alpha
boys
players
natin.
can even test the rank system,
Maninibago sila
which
ng
we've
todo.
designed to retain the core competitive spirit of League, with a few adaptations for new platforms. We'll talk more about this at a later date.
Gold dito, gold.
That's
gold
all
ang
for
tawag.
me. Now let's talk about skins.
To pay to play, wait timers. So we're committing to following the business model from League PC, meaning you can earn all champions for free and paying us.
Lahat, okay, guys. Lahat magagamit yun na agad yung champions. Lahat ng hero magagamit yun na. Hindi katulad sa Mobile Legends, kailangan mong bilhin yung hero. So ito lahat magagamit mo na. Usual na na MOBA. Mapa Dota, mapa LoL. Available kaagad yung hero na pwede mong gamitin. So, malayong-malayo sa Mobile Legends na kailangan mong bilhin yung ibang hero by gold o kaya by pera, by diamonds para makuha mo. So, dito naman, skin, syempre, yung skin, sa lahat naman ng games, kailangan mong bilhin yung skin. Diba, kung gusto mong maganda yung itsura ng bibilin mo talaga yung skin.
It's optional. It's not a core part of the game, and it should never feel like you're forced into it. Alright, with all that said, let's look at some skins.
Shoutout sa'yo, Christian Common. Thank you for following. Malpite support. So, may mga support din dito. Support ang tawag, hindi Lalabas ang LOL Wild Rift next week, mga sir. Ayan, no, nakaano na rin nakalagay sa atin. Next week. So, kailangan yung next week lalabas ang next week sa Pinas. Pinas and Brazil. So, hindi ko alam kung magkasama yung server natin sa Brazil, Pero sabi nila next week sa Pinas at Brazil. So baka June 2. Pero ang pinakamaganda niyan mga papi is mag-ano na kayo, mag-pre-register na kayo sa Play Store. Ilang gig, wala pang ano eh. Punta kayo sa Play Store tapos search nyo LOL Wild. Bakit Wolf yan? Punta kayong Play Store, search nyo LOL Wild Rift. Shoutout sa iyo, Jason. Thank you for liking the stream. Wild Rift Mobile. Search nyo yan. Available na yan sa... hindi pa available sa Play Store, pero makikita nyo free registration. So, pwede nyong i-register na. Mag-pre-register na kayo. Hindi ko alam kung may bilang lang doon sa alpha test nila Hindi ko alam kung may bilang lang. So, punta na kayo kaagad ngayon ng Play Store para makita nyo kung available pa yung pre-registration. Ngayon, sa pre-registration, kapag naka-register na kayo, mag-auto mag-auto download na yan next week. June 6 daw, June 6. June 6 pala mga sir, June 6. Lagay natin, June 6. Totoo ba yan? Totoo ba yung June 6? Next week, June 6. Legit yung free hero, mga sir. Sobrang legit yung free hero.
There are many more skins on the way, and we're really excited to represent your favorite skins in a new way on Wild Rift.
We hope you're excited.
Legit, sinabi niya rito
A range of ways in which you can express yourself, whether that's customizing your profile, showing off after you've outplayed someone, or using your monetization.
Ito, sinabi dito.
Lead for personalization on Wild Rift. Now we know typically when it comes to monetization, mobile games have a lot going against them, with things like business models that force you to pay to play, wait timers, tons of annoying pop-ups. Don't really love that experience, so we're not going to do that. We want to offer you a range of ways in which you can express yourself, whether that's customizing your profile, showing off after you've outplayed someone, or using your favorite skins. So we're committing to following the business model from League PC, meaning you can earn all champions for free and...
Ayan o. Makukuha nyo lahat ng champions. Ibig sabihin, yung hero, tawag nila dito champions. So, lahat ng hero sa Wild Rift, makukuha nyo agad. Agad-agad. Walang bayad-bayad. Walang diamond-diamond. Walang gold-gold na kailangan ipunin para mabili mo yung hero na yun. Wala. Magagamit mo agad yung hero. 19 heroes, mga sir. Ba't ngayon ka lang kanina pa ako nagpapatulong? Nagpapatulong. Mismo na agad, said. 1 gig ata. Sabi, hindi mababa yung 1 gig mga sir. 1 gig nga ba? Ay, 1 gig. Mataas na pala sa cellphone yun, no? Hindi. Feeling ko hindi lagpas to 1 gig mga sir. Lagpas 1 gig to.
And paying is optional. So,
ano, paying is optional sa skin. Pero lahat ng champions nila magagamit nyo na.
Game, and it should never feel like you're forced into it. Alright, with all that said, let's look at some skins.
Ganda, promising.
To fighting over that crucial dragon. To clutch team fights. For junglers, you can now choose whether you want challenging smite or chilling smite after you finish off four major jungle
yun,
camps.
isa maganda yun mga sir. Ito, hindi natin napansin to kanina eh. Pwede kang mamili dun sa jungle na makukuha mo. It's either, kung ano man yan, blue or red. So, pwede kang mamili sa dalawa kung ano makukuha mo dun sa ano. Galing. So, ano yung mga champion unang labas? Nakalimutan ko kasi ibang tawag doon sa mga items. Anong champion sa unang labas? Ano yung papi? Anong ibig mong sabihin? Pero ito maganda oh. Sa jungle, hindi lang pera yung makukuha mo. Meron ka pang makukuha ang iba. Hindi ko alam kung anong tawag dyan eh. Ayun oh. May mili ka kung red o kaya blue.
On challenging smite or chilling smite
Chilling smite.
after you finish off 4 major jungle camps.
Kailangan mo makatapos ng 4. 4 major jungle.
That way you can get straight into ganking as soon as you're ready.
Okay.
You can expect to find many in-game items you'll know from PC, which can only be bought in the fountain.
Isa lol, PC kasi meron talagang ganyang jungle items. Okay. Frozen Mallet. First batch. First batch. Hindi ko alam, hindi sinabi lahat yung hindi, ito yung mga hero mga sir, baka familiar kayo, play natin yung mga hero. Ito yung mga hero lalabas sa 19 daw to 19. Lodi, pwede kaya emulator? Sa tingin ko pwede, pero maglalabas din sila sa console saka sa PC, mga sir. So wag na kayo mag-emulator. Maglalabas din sila sa console saka sa PC after nung mobile. Yun yung plano ng Wild Rift. Pero hindi pa sure kung may cross-platform. Pero sa tingin nyo, okay ba na may cross-platform? Parang sa akin,
this time around.
Parang sa akin, parang hindi okay na may cross-platform eh. Kasi, lugi dun sa PC kesa sa mobile, di ba? Pero ito yung mga heroes, panoorin ulit natin kung familiar kayo din sa mga hero. 42 heroes, di ko sure. Parang 19 lang ata. Ito, bilangin natin. Ito yung mga lalabas na hero sa mobile. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 ay 11 magkaiba ba yun? 12 13 magkaiba ba yun? 13 14 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 ang dami pala 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35
This lineup
35.
is just the start.
35 mga sir. 35. 41 yung bilang mo? 35 lang yung bilang ko eh. 35 lang yung bilang ko, pre. 41 ba? Parang 35 lang. RIP mga slow hands. Pero hindi eh. Syempre, niwo-work around nila pang mobile. Mahirap yung maraming pinipindot sa mobile. Baka 36 yung bilang ni yung bilang ni Harian Morgan 36. Ako 35 lang eh. So 36 siguro. 36 yung mga champions. Again, sa LoL mga sir, dito sa LoL Wild Rift, magagamit nyo na lahat tong 36 na heroes na to na hindi nyo babayaran. Na wala kayong ilalabas na diamond, wala kayong ilalabas na gold. So, ilalabas na nila yan lahat kagad. Magagamit nyo. 41 yun. Baka, hindi. Papi, kasi to eh. Yung Wild Rift, parang, ginawa nila for mobile. So, baka, madadagdagan siguro. Siguro yung 41, sa LoL yun mismo. Pero dito sa nilabas nila sa Wild Rift, 36 muna siguro yung nilabas nila. Para, alam mo yun, kada update may ilabas silang bagong hero. Baka, di ba? Mas okay nga yun para may intay na bagong hero na ilabas. So magagamit nyo lahat to, ayos no. Ako sa Mobile Legends 5 lang yung hero ko eh.
This lineup is just the start, and there'll be lots more in the near future. Wild Rift features a dual-stick control scheme that we hope feels natural to mobile and console veterans. We have spent a lot of time building on that foundation with a focus on responsiveness and precision.
Marami palang hero sa LoL. Hindi lang 41. 130 champions daw sa LoL, mga sir. Oo nga, parang Dota nga. Ganun kadami. Okay. Ah, 41 but gusto nyo bang bilangin natin ulit? Bilangin natin ulit, mga sir. Kasi nilabas lang nila dito eh. Wait, samahan nyo akong bumilang ha. Kasi yung isa, bumilang siya 36. Ako 35. Pero bilangin natin ulit, mga sir ha. Para sure lang tayo. Nasa same page tayo ng number ng champions na magagamit natin sa Wild Rift. Ito, mga sir ha.
Put together a little something to show you who made the cut this time around.
Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36
This lineup
36
is just
lang,
the start.
papi.
There'll be lots more in the
36 lang. 36 lang yung unang labas nila. Merong warding, may warding, mga sir. 36 lang, mga sir, ha? Clear tayo dyan, ha? Unang labas nila, siguro sa Alpha 36. Tapos, fortunately, magiging 41. Sir, kasi yung pinaka-verify na page sa SB Wild Rift enough do. Yung one esport nilabas nila yung pick na. Mas ano to, mas tawag dito, mas totoo tong pinapalabas nila kasi League of Legends talaga yung nagpe-play nito, papi. Sila talaga. Sinabi naman dito, pumasok sa cut. So, madadagdagan pa ito, sabi ni Kuya. Sabi niya dito.
This lineup is just the start.
Oh,
And
this
there'll be
lineup
lots
is
more
just
in
a
the near
start.
future.
Oh, so madadagdagan pa na madadagdagan. So, official 36. Okay, mga sir, 36 ha. Ba't di mo makita? Papi, search mo League of Legends. Ay, wait lang. Sa Play Store, search mo League of Legends Wild Rift. Ito, mga sir, papakita ko doon sa ano natin, sa screen natin. Meron na siyang registration, papi. Baba natin yung ano ko. Ayan. Oh. League of Legends Wild Rift. So, may pre-registration for a chance to get early access to this game. Will automatically install kapag okay na siya. Hindi daw niya ma-search eh. Pero masa-search mo mga sir. Ayan nasa Play Store ako. At pre-register na ako. Again guys, baka maubusan kayo ng registration. Di ko alam kung want to sawa ba ang pwedeng mag-register. Pero ayun na nga. So kita nyo nga yan dyan mga sir. So kayo dito, mag-notify kayo sa page natin kasi lalaruin din natin to next week. So, available na nga next week mga sir. So, ayun! Pwede sa Google, sir. Wala pa kasi pre-registration. Pero nakapag-pre-register na last year. Oy! Talaga? Yun. So, automatic na ma-download naman next week kapag lumabas na yung beta. Based on One Esports, June 4 lalabas na yung test. June, ano ba talaga? Wait nga. Search nga natin mga sir. Kasi walang binanggit mga sir dito eh. Binanggit lang nila is yung limited alpha. Guys, limited alpha lang pala to. So, kailangan nyo mag-pre-register na kasi limited alpha lang. At wait. Limited alpha. Wait, binabasa ko eh. June lang, wala naman lumabas ng ano eh. Release date. Tanggalin ko na nga yung ano ko, fake news tayo. Wait. Hindi ko mahanap kung June ba talaga. Pero sure ako, mga sir, sure ako next week. Ba't di ko ma-search? Hindi mo ma-search, papi? Sure ako next week kasi sinabi dito mga sir, ito, i-replay natin ha. Sinabi dito next week ilalabas yung Wild Rift.
Hey everyone, Michael Chow here. I hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves and taking care of someone else, even if you're apart. I have been eagerly awaiting this chance to talk to you guys about Wild Rift. I'm thrilled to announce we're beginning to roll out our first round of large-scale testing starting next week.
I know, starting next week.
Our very first test is a 2-week alpha in Brazil and the Philippines.
So 2 weeks lang mga sir.
Just on mobile, starting with the folks who pre-registered.
Sa Brazil and Pilipinas, 2 weeks lang. Oh, nasa search ko. Hindi mo ma-search, Paolo. Nasa search ko yung yung League of Legends sa Play Store. Search nyo sa Play Store. June 6 daw sabi ni Harjens. Di ko sure kung June 4 or June 6 pero sure ako next week. Sabi dito ni Riot Boy. So next week. Ayun, mga sir. Maraming salamat sa panonood. At expect nyo yung page natin. Lalaruin natin tong League of Legends. Nakapag-pre-register na tayo at sana makapasok yung registration natin para makalaro tayo next week. Titignan natin kung mas malupit. Feeling ko mas promising to kaysa sa Mobile Legends. Yung marami kang doon pa lang sa doon pa lang sa warding, sa last hit, sa walang AI assist. Okay na okay 'yun. 'Di ba? Yung tatlo lang na 'yun, okay na yung technical sa mobile. Google nga. Pero, okay. Mga sir, maraming salamat dyan sa inyo. At magbubukas muna ako again, sabi ko nga sa inyo, nagdodota ako. At magbubukas muna tayo dyan ng ng Battle Pass natin, mga sir. Bakit ganun? Bumili na akong Battle Pass, Paano kaya sa pag-stock ng ano? Marami pang question mga sir. Marami pang question na hindi natin masagot-sagot hanggat hindi lalabas tong Wild Rift. Pero balik muna ako sa Dota mga sir. Thank you for watching. Yung mga LOL boys natin dyan. Balik kayo mga sir kapag naglaro tayo ng Wild Rift. At tulungan nyo ako kasi never pa ako naglaro ng LOL eh. So hindi ko alam kung ano yung gameplay, kung paano ba. So baka matulungan nyo ako pag naglaro na tayo ng Wild Rift. At yun na nga, wait lang, nawawala yung battle pass ko. Bakit ganun? Bumili na akong battle pass oh. Bakit nawawala? Parang Dota lang daw pero mas pinadili konti. Oo nga daw, papi. Sige, lalaruin din natin, maglalaro din tayo ng LOL. Tatry din natin maglaro ng LOL. Wait lang. Tatry muna tayo mag-GIF. Bakit ganun? Ba't wala pa rin yung ano ko? Kailangan ba mag-restart? Wait. Di compatible sa device ko. Kaya hindi mo nakikita. Hindi compatible sa device mo. Bakit gano'n? Nasaan yung battle pass ko? Lolo. Bumili akong battle pass ah. Nag-add lang ako ng fund. Okay, bibili tayong battle pass mga sir. 1.5. Nasaan na yung nanalo dyan si Jerick? Okay. Battle Pass. Let's go. Activate. Battle Pass. Activate. Okay. Ano to? Claim. Okay. Accept all. Ayan. Claim. Taunt. Okay. Claim. Customize pin. Pinwheel. Saan natin lagay? Okay. Reward, consumable. Ano yun? So, claim, the international emoticon, Treasure! May Immortal Treasure. Saan ako nabubuksan yan, mga sir? Saan ako nabubuksan yan? Wait lang. Mag-gift pala tayo. Gift natin. Learn. Preview Battle Pass. Purchase. Paano mag-gift? Oh, shit. No. Mabibili ko ulit. No. How to gift? Wait. How to gift Battle Pass. So, i-gift na natin yung Battle Pass ni niyan. Tingnan natin kung pwede. Kasi alam ko 30 days eh. 30 days bago mag-gift yung yung Battle Pass. Pag bagong friend mo lang. So, Battle Pass page. Okay, so Battle Pass page. Ito. Tapos, Battle Pass page. Okay, my profile. Ayun, gift a Battle Pass. So, retrieving gift. Sino yung nanalo nga kanina? Uy. Ilang specs? At least 1.5 daw yung RAM. So, hindi pa ako pwede mag-gift kay... Ito. You have not been friends with this long enough to trade. So, kailangan... So, 30 days mga sir. So, naku po. Hindi pa natin mabibigay. Kay Papi, 30 days. So, 30 days, di natin mabibigay, mga sir. Sir, pwede ba mag-mid-range ng phone sa Wild Rift? I think pwede. Ang sabi dito mga sir is kailangan mo at least minimum of 1.5 RAM, tapos may Adreno 306 GPU, Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 chipset. Actually, yun yung pinaka-minimum. Tapos sa iPhone naman, iPhone 6 and above. So, hindi pa tayo pwede mag-gift. At ayun nga mga sir, thank you. Thank you for watching and subscribe kayo sa channel natin dyan. Like kayo. Para may update kayo sa mga MOBA games. Naglalaro tayo ng mga MOBA games. At sa LOL, tatry natin maglaro ng LOL mga sir ha. Turuan nyo akong maglaro ng LOL. Thank you for watching. Good night.